From pretty much the Matt Smith era onwards, Doctor Who enjoyed huge growth in popularity in the United States for the first time. I mean, sure, Doctor Who always had its fans in America, but during that period, it moved from being a fringe British sci-fi series to going majorly mainstream in the US. That was during the 5th series of the New Who era. Prior to that, only the hardcore US sci-fi fans really cared about the show. It became this absolute juggernaut phenomenon around 2010, and then of course these new fans went back and started watching David Tennant and Christopher Eccleston episodes and going back even further in some cases to the classic era. As a result of the show becoming more popular, the budget increased quite a lot. If you compare the final David Tennant episodes to Matt Smith's first episodes, the 11th hour onwards, there's a huge gulf in production standards there. Visually, the cinematography, lighting, set design, camera setups, it became much bigger, much more cinematic. And I think creatively, the David Tennant era was probably its best, which was from 2005 to 2010. But the most popular era, the most watched internationally, was Matt Smith to around mid-Peter Capaldi era. There was just so much going on in that period of time. The 6th series with the Impossible Astronaut storyline, it was just a gigantic year. And to capitalize on the newfound US audience, the producers took the show to the US to do some episodes there. Over the next 2 years, the show could do no wrong. In 2013, Doctor Who reached the stratosphere with its 50th anniversary specials, which also included Matt Smith's final episode as the Doctor. The period from the name of the Doctor, the night of the Doctor, the last day, the day of the Doctor, and the time of the Doctor, right up to Deep Breath, Capaldi's first episode. That was the zenith of the franchise. There was a major buzz about the show at the time. Since then, it's been a steady decline, largely due to becoming progressively more stunning and brave. The decline has been so significant that its latest series, the first one with Ncuti Gatwa as the Doctor, has the lowest ratings in the series' 60-year history. And there's concerns now that Disney may not continue its streaming deal with the BBC beyond the next season. This article is from comicbooknews.com. Doctor Who may be facing the axe after just 2 seasons due to low viewership. After last year's 60th anniversary specials, Doctor Who returned earlier this year with Ncuti Gatwa and Millie Gibson leading the series. Behind the scenes, Russell T Davies, who brought the series back from the dead in 2005 to great success, was appointed showrunner, and the BBC made a deal with Disney Plus to give the show a big budget overhaul and bring it to its largest audience ever. Unfortunately, it doesn't seem to have paid off. Deadline, via sffgazette.com, has taken a deep dive into Doctor Who's performance since it returned to our screens in May with 8 new episodes, and claims noises that it may not last beyond its initial 2 seasons are already reverberating around international TV circles. One source close to the production believes its future hangs in the balance already. There's even chatter about the BBC Disney Plus deal not being re-upped after Season 2 airs, suggesting Doctor Who will either be scrapped again or forced to go back to being a lower budget production with a primarily UK-based audience. Of course, there's always going to be fans of Doctor Who globally, regardless of what the show does, but it does look like if the budget is slashed, that the show is going to kind of go into retreat a little bit and become a more smaller scale series. The article continues. Disney has reportedly had a fair bit of creative input with the new series, though it's unclear whether that extends to the woke themes and casting, which is indeed believed to have hurt viewership, unsurprisingly. Ironically, one of this relaunch's best episodes tackled the subject of racism, so this is disappointing to hear. While Disney Plus doesn't disclose viewing figures, the show did reach a high of 7th on the streamer's list of most in-demand series in the US. However, considering its budget and a pricey marketing campaign, viewership figures stateside are deemed underwhelming and okay but not stellar. Doctor Who has always had a bigger audience in the UK, of course, but the outlook there isn't much brighter. Its launch was well behind Jodie Whittaker's final episode. While she was a fine doctor, her stint was considered a low point creatively, with the entire series down an average of 1.5 million viewers per episode compared to her time in the TARDIS. The BBC is said to be happy with streaming numbers on its iPlayer, touting at least 65 million streams in 2024. The ratings are a problem, one source tells the trade. They can talk all they like about young viewers, but they're still down from the specials and down from the Jodie series. I imagine serious conversations are happening. Disney will want to see results. I suspect that if the money just keeps coming, and the priority is just to churn out content, as in literally just bland fixture fulfillment episodes with the intent of pushing the message, yeah, the series could continue for another season or two. But slashing the budget does suggest that the show has a major ratings problem, obviously, where the viewership figures simply don't justify the financial investment in the series, both in terms of the budget per episode and also the marketing spend. The slow death of the Doctor Who franchise continues. Thank you very much for watching this episode. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Take care. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.